There's a news alert coming our way. As National Statistical Office of India has released the GDP growth estimates for the third quarter of the current financial year. India is out of recession and the GDP growth is now projected at 0.4%. For more on this story, let's quickly go across to our business editor, Sumit Chaturvedi, who's joining us live at this hour. Sumit, do share with us the data that has been released.
Well, Akanksha, the Q3 numbers have just been announced of GDP, and according to the numbers, the Indian economy has come back to the positive territory. Though it's 0.4% growth, it's technically out of recession. Remember last quarter when the Indian GDP contracted 7.5%. Before that, 24.9%. Technically, it had come into recession in the quarter only. Now, it looks like it's now in the positive territory. One main factor, remember, those were the period when festival season was going on. So one big uptick for sales was the festival period. Also, the economy was coming back on track. Things were opening up. So yes, there was pent-up demand also. People were rushing to buy things which they hadn't bought for most of the financial year last year. So all these factors have taken GDP to a growth of 0.4%, although the data also says that this year in FY21, the overall contraction for economy will be 8%. But yes, going forward, it can be big bounce back for the economy. But yes, in the quarter, which the data is just released for the December quarter, it is 0.4% growth it has shown, yes.
Right. As far as demand and supply is concerned, what are the sectors which will be leading?
Well, clearly, consumer durables was one of the factors, factors responsible for push to manufacturing that happened in that quarter because of the festival season. There was good demand for consumer durables, automobiles, other manufacturing sectors. Later on, some of the real estate also jumped back. So these were the main reasons why the economy also grew. But before that, in 2019, the economy growth was 4%, but this quarter it's 0.4%. But coming from coronavirus-led lockdowns that clearly the country was shut for months together, it has come as a relief, we would say. Going forward, it has to be seen whether the quarter which we are currently in, what kind of growth we see in Jan to March quarter. That will decide how the country goes forward. But most of that is already taken into account because we all know that the coronavirus pandemic was something which was never ever thought about by anyone, which we were not really prepared for economically. And later on, we went step by step. So these all steps taken by the government, many packages announced. In budget also some things are announced. So it has led to some kind of growth now.
Right. Having said that, Sumit, it's equally important to highlight how crucial is going to be the extent of recovery from here on. How would you analyze the strength of recovery now?
Well, it's going on, we can say that it's a minor recovery now, but going forward, it looks like the demand will be back in market as we are hearing about the revenge buying from many sides, revenge tourism, a lot of things which couldn't happen last year will happen the next year, in the coming year. So that will clearly take, maybe economy can grow by double digits because many of the economies we have seen over the last few months, well, they have registered very good growth, including US and many major economies. So if India follows that path, it's going to grow in a very big way because of the steps taken over the past few months. The overall packages have been announced. The budget this time was also hailed as one of the best ever budgets. So taking all that into account going forward, well, definitely Indian economy looks like going to be back on track and to pre-COVID levels as well.
Here's hoping the Indian economy is back to pre-COVID levels. Having said that, thank you so much, Sumit Chaturvedi, for bringing us those inputs. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.